How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its August savings sale, and I want to highlight some of the super cheap games that are available. These are just a bunch of titles. We already looked at under 5, under 10. We have a couple of games that are under $5, but we'll try to go through everything pretty quickly. These are just a lot of the listings that stood out to me, so let's get right into it. Outlast is 90% off for $1.99. Quality survival horror game here. I feel like most of you guys have probably played Outlast by now. We mentioned Outlast 2 in our under $5 video, but Outlast 1 was a very iconic horror game, and if you have yet to play it for $1.99, this is an absolute steal, and I would strongly recommend it. Next up, we have Thief, 85% off for $2.99. Now, Thief's a little bit of a funny game, man. I remember back in February of 2014 when this game was coming out. Bear in mind that I was a wee lad back in the day, but I was convinced that this was gonna be the game that was gonna showcase what the PlayStation 4 could do, and it was gonna be like that standard bearer for next-gen gaming. Bear in mind that this was a cross-gen game, so I don't even know why that thought had entered my head. Needless to say, Thief was a far cry from my expectations of it. You know, at $2.99, it's still an okay stealth game that you can go into and have an okay time with. It's just that initial $60 price tag was a little wild, and yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, you know? It's definitely not one of those games that is an absolute standout, but you know what? As a stealth action title, there's some fun to be had, especially when you're paying a price of $2.99. It is available on PlayStation Plus Extra, so check it out if you're interested in an action stealth game and you can keep your expectations in line. Next up, we have Hotline Miami, $1.49. I mean, this is a classic that anybody can really get into. Hotline Miami at this point is over a decade old, but you're talking about a really enjoyable throwback action title with a great visual style, a great soundtrack, and over-the-top gameplay that's definitely not gonna be something you want to get your kid into. It's bloody as all hell, it's gruesome as all hell, but yeah, the throwback art style with the chaos in the game just works out very well, and for $1.49, great price here. Next up, I want to even shout to Homefront The Revolution, 90% off for $1.99. Now, this is more of a listing that is an excuse for me to talk about this game. Your boy spent $60 on this game, so if you ever think you're down bad in life, don't worry, you are not as down bad as me as spending $60 on Homefront The Revolution. I remember getting it from Amazon, it coming in the mail, and I was like, damn, why did I buy this game after seeing the reviews? And yeah, this game was a disaster. A follow-up to a game that I actually really enjoyed in the original Homefront. Was that game like a 10 out of 10? No, but I thought the campaign was rather good. Homefront The Revolution was just a half-baked game, and it had so many issues. Now, the thing about Homefront The Revolution is there's actually a way that you can access Time Splitters 2 in this game. You can look it up as far as how to get into it. It's a little bit of a workaround, but boy, like, Time Splitters 2 is the standout with Homefront The Revolution, but $1.99. If you want to play one of the more notorious games of all time, $1.99 is not a terrible deal, and again, you get Time Splitters 2, so that's kind of decent as well. This War of Mine, The Little Ones, is $1.99. This was available on PlayStation Plus Extra, unfortunately got pulled kind of recently. The game is fantastic. 11-Bit Studios knows how to make games that make you emotionally feel. They're not making games that make you an overpowered soldier. No, this War of Mine is a gripping war story that kind of showcases the horrors of war and the reality of war. You know, a lot of these war games, and nothing wrong with them, you know, you're about the high-octane, heavy action gameplay. This War of Mine kind of showcases the more grim and realistic side of war, and an atmospheric game as well. Incredibly immersive. If you've played Frostpunk and you like the tone of that game, this War of Mine will be something, you know, it's kind of hard to say you'll enjoy, but you'll be incredibly compelled by it. That's probably a better term to describe this War of Mine. Next up, we have Dear Esther Landmark Edition, 85% off for $1.49. I remember this being one of the walking simulators that really kind of exploded the genre. At this point, it absolutely shows its age. It immerses you in a stunningly realized world. A remote and desolate island. As you step forward, a voice begins to read fragments of a letter, Dear Esther, and so begins a journey through one of the most original first-person games of recent years. Received relatively well when it came out. Obviously, again, it shows its age and very much a walking sim atmospheric game, but check it out if you're interested. Windbound is $1.99. As Kara, you are a warrior caught at sea in a fierce storm, adrift from your tribe, thrown into your boat. At the mercy of the turbulent waters, you are tossed to the shores of the Forbidden Islands, a mysterious paradise. I remember this game saw a lot of comparisons to like Zelda Wind Waker from a presentation standpoint. Didn't get a really strong reception, but for $1.99 might be something worth checking out. Mighty Number 9, $1.99 on this as well. Man, I remember the buzz and the hype for this game was pretty gargantuan, and obviously it's because Keiji Keiji Inafune was at the helm of the game, Kickstarter, everything like that. We thought we were gonna get, a return to form in terms of, something akin to Mega Man, and yeah, Mighty Number 9 wasn't exactly that. Can you have some decent fun here? Sure. But the thing is, you're paying $1.99, so you're gonna get, a much tame expectation out of it, and for this price point, I think it's okay. It's just, it's an unfortunate tale what happened with this game, but nonetheless, thought I would mention that. Beat Cop, $1.49, a retro pixel art style adventure in New York inspired by 80s cop shows. You are Jack Kelly and you've been framed for murder. Now it's a regular beat cop. You have to find out who did that, expect a thick crime story, all the other things you can find on the streets of Brooklyn. $1.49 on that. We have Deadlight Director's Cut, set in an apocalyptic 1986. A zombie outbreak has brought humanity to its knees. You play Randall Wayne, a father searching the destroyed streets of Seattle for his family. Will encounter many life-threatening situations, but combat isn't always the answer against the undead. Fight back using scarce resources or hide and sneak past them utilizing the environment. $1.49 on this. Darker tone game there, but yeah, $1.49 on that. Hard Reset Redux is $1.99. I played this on PC way back in the day when it initially came out. It's an action-packed and hardcore single-player shooter, which embraces the best qualities that genre has to offer. It includes over-the-top destruction, loads of enemies, great weaponry, and visually, I mean, it absolutely shows its age. The original Hard Reset came out, I want to say, like 2012. So quite dated at this point, but $1.99 for a decent first-person shooter, not bad there. We also have Soul Sanctuary, 85% off for $2.69, a very dark and grim game, challenging as well for sure, a haunting 2D action RPG, has some of those Souls-like elements, but a great art style as well, a darker tone to it, as I mentioned. $2.69 for it, pretty good deal there. The King of Fighters collection, the OROCHI saga, the compilation contains 5 complete games. King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98 jump into the original King of Fighters story arc featuring the beginning of the series' most famous rivalry, the death feud between Kyo Kusanagi and Iori Yagami. Take part in the piece of fighting game history and experience how this iconic series evolved in its early years. The PS2 version of the game includes improvements over the original versions as well. $2.24 on that. Walking Dead Season 2, $3.74 on that. Obviously, play Season 1. If you played through Season 1, Season 2 is great as well. I don't think it's as strong as Season 1, but very good in its own right. Don't Starve Console Edition, $3.74 on this. An uncompromising wilderness survival game full of science and magic. $3.74 for a relatively notable game there. Console edition on that. Dead Island Definitive Collection is $4.49 if you don't want to spend the bread on Dead Island 2. This will include Dead Island Definitive Edition and Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition. You can have a decent bit of fun with it. $4.49, $2.25 essentially a pop. And then Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood. Symphony of the Night is one of the most iconic Metroidvania games and Castlevania games of all time. It's a PlayStation 1 title. Rondo of Blood is one of those games that was, for a while, difficult to access over here stateside, but now you get both of them in one collection at $4.99. Pretty good deal on that. And again, Symphony of the Night is just worthwhile on its own, but you're getting a collection here. Just bear in mind, PS1 title, so they do show their age. But that'll do it for me. Again, a ton of great deals under, $5. We have a lot of deals here under $3, under $2. So definitely stuff to check out if you are looking to pick some stuff up for just a couple bucks. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.